¿Qué onda? There you go. And yeah. Yeah, this is going to be my this is going to be my oh shit. Okay, so yeah, I think us should be fine. Next thing we have Twitch. We have to change some stuff on Twitch because we have actually next thing we have Twitch. We have to actually adjust the freaking yeah, you guys are seeing all this, but like I don't think you should be seeing all this, but whatever. I don't care, to be honest. Content I can do. Wait, no, it's a video. It's video producer, stream manager. There you go. I didn't know, to be honest. Right. So I'm just gonna put this, and then I'm gonna set the stream to English. I'm gonna hit on, and there you go. And I should be fine. Should be fine with Twitch.
I'm not exaggerating with the title.
Okay, so now kick. Yeah, we are just going to be watching videos. Channel. It's actually pretty good quality on this freaking channel. The freaking channel has pretty good quality, brother. I think here is where I can adjust everything. Don't remember. I think it's here. And then I can do this. And I'm just gonna do English, Spaniel, gaming, funny, reaction. I don't know. Oh shit like that. And then English. There you go. That's good enough. Just chatting. Did I put Twitch? Did I set Twitch? Did I set up Twitch? I don't remember. I mean, I know I changed the title and the language, but I don't know if I changed the category. Did I set Twitch? I think I did. I'm not too sure. I have this thing here. Really? This is funny. This doesn't even work. I should be just chatting. Yes. Yes. We are gonna be listening to a song to start the stream. And we can listen to what? What can we listen to? Shit. A Bad Bunny song. I'm gonna put you guys into something, bro. If you haven't listened to this song.
Let's say I'm working on a research paper about the future of...
Oh my god. I'm so stupid. There you go. Una noche más y copas de más.
Tú no me dejas en paz, de mi mente no te vas. Aunque sé que no debo pensar en ti, bebé, pero cuando bebo me viene tu nombre, tu cara, tu risa y tu pelo. Dime dónde tú estás, que yo por ti
con vuelo.
Ya yo nago ni le llego, aunque sé que no debo pensar en ti, bebé, pero cuando bebo me viene tu nombre, tu cara, tu risa y tu pelo. y te abraza y a la fila aparte. Mami, tú eres aparte.
Shorty tiene
un culo bien grande, demasiado grande. Y ya lo tengo estudiado.
que yo mismo me lo hago.
Y en la cara me lo tatúo. Vi que viste mi story y subiste una pa' mí. Yo que me iba a dormir, ey. En la disco había 1000. Y yo bailando contigo en mi mente, aunque sé que no debo pensar en ti, bebé. Pero cuando bebo, me viene tu nombre, tu cara, tu risa y tu pelo. Ey, dime dónde tú estás, que yo por ti cojo un vuelo. Ya yo no llego.
Ya.
Si me das tu dirección, yo te
Me
mando
mando mil cartas, si me das tu cuenta de banco, 1 millón de pesos. La noche arrodillado le rezo porque me da un beso. Vale, lo mismo. Contigo y un blon, tú te ves asesina con ese mojón. Algún cristolón, que yo te compro un Banshee, Gucci, Benchi. Me puedo ver el Banshee, la pato, los Monchi. Anthony Tachi, yeah, 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 yeah. Bunny baby, baby, my bunny baby, baby. Masuko Suchitai, de uno todo que ni maska, dokuni maska. Masuko Suchitai, de uno todo que dokuni maska. Dokuni maska. Beautiful song, man. Beautiful song. You don't even understand how good this song is, man. If you don't speak English, then yeah, you don't understand what peak is, bro. Peak. Literally peak, bro. Oh look. It's funny. It says we detected video and your stream belongs to someone else. Your stream has maybe temporarily blocked if you plan to continue. That is crazy though. Hopefully it doesn't block it because I don't want to be blocked on YouTube. Imagine I get banned on YouTube. That would be funny. That would be funny, to be honest. The worst thing is that I don't have any chats. And if I have like someone join, I can't even see it. I can't even see that. I had this tool where I could see every like chat individually, but now I don't have this. Okay, let's watch. So we have for today, we have a lot of stuff to watch, guys. We have different videos, different topics that we are going to be exploring, and I know we all love. So what we are watching today is, are Marvel movies actually dying? We're gonna be watching this one, guys, and then we have, he's more implicated than we thought. It's about Donald Trump and all the bullshit that's going on with Epstein. So that's something very interesting that we're watching today. And we're watching You're Not the Brightest Bulb, Are You? Yes, sir. About some guy who's like, I guess he's like a trader of crypto coins and shit. We're gonna watch that. And we're also going to watch, this is actually the worst movie I've ever seen. Yes, sir. We're gonna be watching all these videos all together today. So make sure if you are watching this, hit a like, bro. Hit a like, so because we are right now currently at 0 viewers, bro. We don't have anybody watching, but we could be having people watching. I don't have the chat on screen, but we could be having the chat on screen. So make sure to like and subscribe if you are interested in this type of content. So So let's get started with this, and let's start with our Marvel movies actually dying.
Stubborn lip skin that I ripped off right before starting this recording, so my lip might bleed a little bit. Don't be concerned. That's just part of being 31 years old now. Even something as simple as taking a little bit of chapped lip skin off is enough to have me bleeding profusely, it seems. But you know what else is bleeding? Marvel at the box office. Now, this is a conversation in cinema that happens more frequently than people debating whether or not Sam and Frodo were gay. So many people since the end of Endgame have talked about how Marvel is dead and dying, and that superhero fatigue had finally reached its molten core where everyone was done with MCU and how bad the quality was. But despite all of that hoopla, pretty much all of the MCU projects did decently well for the most part. Like, even unanimously hated stinkers like Ant-Man Quantumania still generated like $500 million.
It's funny that he called it stinker, because I really like Ant-Man, and Quantum Mania, yes, it wasn't the best. I'm gonna admit that. It wasn't the best movie. It had a lot of flaws, but like, it's not the worst Marvel movie that I've ever seen. So I don't fully agree with his point in this, to be honest.
But the quality did significantly decline, and a lot of people
I agree with that. So the quality of Marvel has been decreasing with the years. Every time you watch like a new show, I remember watching Miss Marvel. Is it Miss Marvel? I think it's Miss Marvel for the first time, dude. And I thought to myself, bro, this is the worst bullshit that I've seen in my entire life. And recently, not even that far away, because Miss Marvel was released probably like a year and a half ago. Recently, they released this new show called, what was it called? The Ironheart, dude. I didn't like it, bro. It was probably one of the worst shows that I've ever seen. I watched like 20 minutes and I got bored as fuck. I didn't like the main character. I thought she was annoying, and I was like, man, I'm not doing this anymore. So I just didn't watch it. So yeah, I agree. Marvel shit has really come to a downfall. But let's see what he says.
were getting tired of it, and some of them did actually not do well, like the Marvels. But on the whole, the MCU was still fine in the box office, but it was showing signs of weakness. Now, they've released two...
Shit. Yep, I don't pay for premium, guys. I don't pay for premium.
He's back-to-back Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. But they're not exactly doing the billion-dollar nut-busting that the MCU was known for. Fantastic Four is experiencing a 80% drop from its debut, so going into its second week here, it has declined significantly. It had a great start, and it had incredibly strong word of mouth, but it doesn't seem like that's translating to asses in seats. And Thunderbolts was the same thing. People saw it, they were surprised by how good it was, saying, you know, Marvel's fucking back, baby. Fuck all your seatbelts, because we are in it again. But then that also didn't have the strongest box office run.
Yeah.
Which is now leading to the bigger conversation that's been had a lot about the state of the MCU. Are people just tired of it? Is superhero fatigue really setting in now, finally? Or...
Why do people get fatigue? Because they get overwhelmed with like a lot of stuff. But I am to believe that although the market is saturated with certain type of content, I already know Marvel is superheroes, and what you're gonna find in Marvel is only superheroes, because that's what they do. So my point is that let's say you play video games. If you play video games, you already know what kind of genres you want to play. Me, for example, I don't like, right now, I'm not in the best mental state to play like um like open world games, because it takes a lot of shit. It takes like a lot of power brain to be playing those games, because you have to be exploring and have an open mind. And I can't really explain on how I feel playing those games right now. Like, I don't feel good. It doesn't give me fun. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to play these games. And that's okay. I choose not to play those games. But there's gonna be a day where I will want to play these games, you know? So I feel like with movies is like the same shit. If you want to watch like certain type of movies, yeah, go ahead and watch them. But like, just because Marvel released the movie doesn't mean you have to go watch it. Like, people see it like as in they're like, I'm getting feed too much of this. But it's like, bro, you're not getting feed too much of this. You just have the option to go watch it. You decided to go watch it and you didn't like it. That's all. So yeah.
Is it mainly just Marvel? Because Superman has done great in the box office. It has been fucking slapping in the box office. And it's a good movie. Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four are also good movies, especially in a sea of dog shit that Marvel had been farting out for quite a few years, with a few exceptions like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And now it's left a lot of people wondering, well, what the fuck's going on? Why are they not having strong box office performances when these are finally some decent films from Marvel again? And to be fair, I think it's a little overblown with Fantastic Four flopping and all of that with that narrative that's being spun. It's still at $370 million worldwide in its second weekend. That is still pretty solid, but against its budget and its marketing, it still needs to make like 450 million or something from the reports I read. Same with the Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts generated 380 million total across its lifespan in theaters, and it needed about 450 million for that break even. So like, it still does have a little ways to go, but it's not doing like dreadfully. Like, I don't think all the Marvel execs are in full force panic mode, sweating, contemplating sitting on a cactus or something, like worried that it's all dried up and Marvel's dead. But it is less than you would expect for some actually good Marvel movies. It's an interesting topic because, again, this is a conversation that's been had a lot, but I had always just said, yeah, the films have gotten worse, but there's always going to be an audience for it. They're always going to make like over $500 million. Turns out that is not the case. These are better movies than the ones that were coming before it and performing much better, but it really does seem like people are checking out. A lot of people are...
No, I agree with that, because this kind of movies, like we said before, they have come to a point where they're not good at all. And right now they released Thunderbolts, and now they released the Fantastic Four, and they are actually really good movies. But why are they not working on the office box, like he's saying? Like, let's see what he says.
Starting to view the MCU kind of like homework that you have to do, like prerequisite reading and watching the shows beforehand and catch up on.
That is true, but like, for example, to watch Fantastic Four, you don't really need to do any kind of homework. It's just a very self-explanatory movie. And if you stay to watch, you know, the post credit scenes and stuff, you already know you are waiting for like something in the future. I agree that it's not necessarily a movie built or made for the new people, but it's not unwatchable for someone that doesn't know the whole Marvel lore, you know? So yeah, I'm not fully agree with that point.
On like 5 and 6 movies just to be able to go watch one of the films and understand or appreciate it. So a lot of people found that to be kind of tedious. And also, I think a lot of people were just tired of MCU in general, because they would release like 4 films a year, all of which were mediocre at best. And now they've finally got 2 like pretty strong films, but a lot of people just don't really care about the word of mouth. They're just kind of done with it, it seems. And to be honest, it's kind of hard to blame them. I can totally see why. With so many superhero movies coming out, and a lot of them in the last 5 or so years being really underwhelming, why would you keep getting excited and seeing every single new one? You know what I mean? Even the ones that do get a lot of hype and glaze, it's hard to just want to go see that, because then you still have to wonder, will I even understand it? Because I didn't watch the last couple and I didn't watch any of the shows. And in Thunderbolt's case and Fantastic Four's case, you don't need to. You can go in them and entirely enjoy them by their own merit. They stand on their own two legs, especially Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
It's all self-contained.
That's exactly what I
So
said.
it sucks to see that it's not doing well, but it's not like I blame the general audience for not going and seeing it. There has been way too many underwhelming superhero films for them to just blindly trust that this is finally a good one, right? But I don't think it's like superheroes in general, because Superman is proving that there is still a huge appetite for superhero movies. I think it's just Marvel has been so sullied by their bad movies over the last few years that people are just kind of yawning at it. Which puts Marvel in a weird spot, because they finally had this come to Jesus moment and said, what if we made good movies? And then they fucking hoisted up the guy who suggested that like some kind of hero, you know? Like the big eureka moment. How about some good films? But they're not performing that well in the box office. So like it sucks to see that. And it's weird because now they do finally understand that they need to have quality films in order to stay competitive and stay generating unfathomable.
But I don't think Marvel has come to the realization that they shouldn't be making good movies. I think they already know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they already know that they should make good movies to have good audience. The problem with Marvel is that it's probably not getting their audience right. And they could have all the like merchandise, all the like the what am I saying? They could fucking have all the freaking marketing strategies from top experts and shit, but they won't be able to get to what people actually want if they don't truly understand what their main public is wanting for them. So like, we just want cool ass movies, bro. Here's the good structure for a movie. For me, it's just been pissing me off that every time I go watch a movie, I watched Superman the other day. Superman was fun. Superman's a fun movie. It's really cool, and I liked it. And it's advertised as the DC comeback. So we are already thinking like, oh my god, this is gonna be crazy. But I watched the movie. It's cool action. It's a cool introduction of the universe. Then I watched the after credit, like the post credit scene, and it's just, you know, funny things going on, and I'm like, that kind of, like, I don't know, it just leaves me a bad flavor. It doesn't make me think like, oh my god, I really want to know what's gonna happen next, you know. Also, like, the movies that they're confirmed so far for the DC universe, it doesn't sound all that exciting. Like, I heard about Supergirl. I think it's a show, but I'm like, why do I don't know how they're gonna keep working the DC universe, but to be honest, I don't think it's gonna work out for them. That's my take, though. And Marvel has to rethink how everything's gonna work out for them, because they can still do cool shit, but they just have to find out what their audiences want, you know. So everything just, it's in their hands, to be honest.
Amounts of money, but the general audience has kind of turned their backs on them and don't really care to hop back into the Marvel train. So they have some good films, but now the audience isn't, you know, ferociously starving to consume it anymore. But they still have, of course, like the core community of like Marvel enthusiasts that are going to see every film they put out regardless. It's just now they're having a harder time reaching beyond that scope, even with extremely positive word of mouth. it definitely is a weird predicament for them to be in. I feel like they waited too long to finally start realizing we gotta try again. They can't just coast to $1 billion every.
Like he said, I feel that they waited too long. It's because every single movie they were releasing, they were taking their time. But today's society has come to we live in a world where we want everything hella quick and fast. So the more shocking your post-credit scene is, the better. The more meat you give to the viewers, the better. You know, you don't want to save much for the next movie because there might not be a next movie. You know what I'm saying?
Every time. And I think the path going forward for Marvel isn't to, like, I don't know, fall back into old ways or something and make like really uninteresting, boring super slop, but instead continue with this focus of making things that are actually interesting and good, like Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, but find a way to do it without the extraordinarily bloated budget. They are not going to be making as much money as they used to. They're going to need to find a way to deliver quality productions for a fraction of the cost. They can't just mindlessly dump hundreds of millions of dollars into every single Marvel everything these days. That time is behind us now. That is in the past. I think they need to start analyzing their budgets a little tighter and figuring out ways of being creative with it so they can deliver these same kind of movies that are strong but without eating a loss on them. Like Thunderbolts, that's a film that probably didn't need $450 million box office run to break even. You probably could have delivered that same level of film for less money, so that way the 380 that it did generate could have already been at your break even. Like, I feel like there's definitely ways, like, I think these budgets are super overblown, which isn't specific, like, exclusive to just Marvel. It's Hollywood in general. Like, that fucking Netflix stinker, Electric State, had a, what, 300...
No way. I seen the trailer for this movie. It looked kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched the movie. 320 million for this movie is so crazy. It is one of the most expensive films ever made, and it still is ass.
$100 million budget or something, and that was abominable. Like, it really feels like there's some kind of fraudulent bookkeeping going on over there, some kind of fucking
like they were money laundering or some shit.
Scam, but that's a topic I've already yapped about a lot. Point is, for Marvel now, they probably realize that the audience isn't just going to blindly eat everything that they feed them. They need to keep delivering good movies, but they need to find a way to make them for less money, so that way the box office runs don't need to be colossal, historic, record-breaking performances in order to generate any level of profit. Though, admittedly, I think there's a chance Marvel learns the opposite lesson, that people don't want good movies. Like, they'll turn to Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four and be like, well, we tried a quality approach, that didn't work, let's go back to quantity. That would be a real shame.
No.
But I think there is a chance. Like, these zombies...
I don't think this is gonna happen because they already tried quantity and they already know it doesn't work out. Because hella shows, like, from the beginning, we already knew the shows were gonna be a bad idea. Because you kind of lose a lot of track. You lose track of what is going on, you know? And everything is... You lose track so easy that you're like, what the fuck am I watching? What the fuck am I even watching, you know?
In suits, they could very well look at these box offices and be like, this was a failure. This experiment didn't work. That guy that we hoisted up about, like, what if we made good movies? Time to fire him. Fucking throw him out that window. That was a terrible idea. We lost money on it. We're going to go back to quantity and just really generic, safe, boring slop. That's what the people want, clearly. I'd hate to see that, but I think there is a chance. I can only hope they don't go that direction. I don't
think so.
But anyway, though, I wanted to just talk about this a bit. I found it interesting to see Marvel is no longer like the guaranteed infinite money glitch juggernaut that it used to be. Though, of course, it is still making tons of money in the box office. It's not like it's all doom and gloom. It's just in a weird spot right now.
It's not as much as
it's not guaranteed success
as they were doing.
Anyway, that's about it. So, yeah.
I finally got my claim for my
car
accident.
That's a good video.
They only offered me $5,000.
All right. All right, let's go watch. Let's watch this to follow through. This is actually the worst movie I've ever seen. I wonder what kind of movies he's gonna talk about. I don't know what movies he's gonna talk about. Let's see this shit.
This is an honor I don't bestow upon things willy-nilly. I think most of you know that. For me to claim that something is the worst I've experienced in whatever category, that is an honor that is extraordinarily rare. It's like being knighted by the queen. To be the worst movie I've ever seen, you have to move mountains. Because I see so many bad movies. It is one of my favorite pastimes is watching bad films because I get a lot of enjoyment out of a really fun bad movie. And I see so many. And of every movie I've ever seen, Amazon Prime's War of the Worlds is the worst. It has now taken that crown, which was a crown worn by what I still believe to be one of the most bafflingly dog-shitty movies ever produced, called Let's Be Evil. It wore this crown for 9 years. It had a good run. It should be very proud of itself. But on August 4th, 2025 years after the death of Christ, we have now found the worst film that humanity has produced so far. I wrote down a lot, so we're going to really dive into the spaghetti and the meatballs here. Spoiler warning. Don't think you should care about spoilers, but they're there anyway. I really am not exaggerating with how unbelievably horrible this film is. And it's not even like it is objectively the worst thing film has ever been used for. Like, there have been worse productions, but this is an insult to the entire medium of making movies. It's not a movie. What you're...
I don't think I want to watch this. I think there's more interesting topics that we should watch. So let's watch this. It's more implicating than what we thought. This looks interesting. It's about Donald Trump and all this bullshit that's going on. Let's watch it.
The president is far more implicated in the Epstein files than we previously thought. This is according to a Wall Street Journal article. The Justice Department told Trump in May that his name is among many in the Epstein files. A lot of people are going to tell you, oh, that's old news. We knew he was in the flight logs. We knew he was in these phone records. But that's not what we're talking about. Those were already public. Jeffrey's Black Book, that was already out there. This is a new review of documents that we're talking about. We're going to go through all of it. And we're going to start with Trump actually being asked directly if he was told by his attorney general whether he was mentioned in the Epstein files. And he says, no.
Did she tell you at all that your name appeared in the
No,
files?
she's given us just a very quick briefing.
So there we have Trump denying being told that
Just
his
a very
name
quick
was in the
briefing.
Epstein files. But a lot of people were wondering, well, then why are you acting so weird with these files?
Are you still talking about Jeff?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not built for streaming, bro. I'm so tired already. Stop recording. Stop streaming. I'm sorry, guys. Goodbye.